What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another cup of conversation.
Well, we have conversations worth having.
I'm your girl T.
And I'm your girl Coco.
And as y'all can see, we're in a new location because we are starting our first series called Anywhere But There. Okay, and that just entails of us not shooting in our normal podcast area because our creative juices wasn't really flowing there no more. Right. We kind of wearing out that area, and we're just trying to get our creative juices to spunk a little bit. So for the next few episodes, y'all might see us at places that y'all don't usually see us at. So first off, yes.
Shout out to Way Good for sponsoring our episode.
Yes. Come by, get y'all some coffee, and we're gonna cheers to the people at home. So
hold on.
Oh, hold up. Much better. So cheers to all the viewers at home. Thanks everybody for rocking with us this long.
Yeah.
We starting to format some stuff and get stuff together. So we're gonna start off how we usually do. How you feeling and how you dealing? Or how you dealing with your feelings?
I'm doing okay.
Let's be honest, be candid. Don't tell the people a little bit. You ain't gotta go crazy in the detail, but
no, I'm really okay. As far as how I'm feeling. I feel like I do have some things that I need to pray about because I feel like in order for the podcast to be successful and to be what it needs to be, it's gonna take a lot of more work. And I'm not even talking about like the podcast work, just the idea of running a business with somebody that's not either by myself or like my husband, like it's different from me.
Right. And you did say in the beginning that you always made a point to not go into business with friends.
And I'm starting to see why. And when I was talking about it with my cousin and I was talking about it with my mentors, they kind of was like, yeah, it's really hard to go into this to people that are outside of yourself because everybody does things different and everybody has a different opinions, and especially when you're dealing with money, sometimes it's aggravating, like because if it's a business, then and especially just coming from my side of business and then my husband's side of business and how he sees business and how he does business, like. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Right.
And I was talking to my mentor about the podcast, and he was asking me about the numbers and stuff like that, and he was like, yeah, that don't make sense to Carrie. And I'm like, yeah, I know, it don't make sense to me either. But he was like, you do put in like an investment into your business, and you invest probably, and sometimes you take losses. But the end goal should always be money,
profit, yeah,
right. And so I just feel like I have some things that I have to process and I have to pray about because I'm still kind of like uneasy about how it's gonna continue to grow.
Okay.
And I think too, another thing is for me, the podcast is for me like a hobby. I think if I'm being completely honest, I think taking a podcast, creating a business out of it, has kind of dampened my desire to even want to do it. It's almost like it took the fun out of it. Like,
yeah.
So for me, that's why I say, for me, I just feel like I have to pray about some things and make sure that I'm in it for the long haul. Because I would hate for it to be just, I got to do podcasting like this in order for it to be a business. And then it takes away from me enjoying doing podcasts.
I feel that.
Like, I think that's kind of how I'm feeling. Like, if you're going into it with the idea of what you originally went into it with, because to be honest, I didn't think it would grow into us having to make it a business. I thought it was just gonna be us. Really, if I would have thought about it back then, it was gonna be us at the shop doing a little talking every now and then when we had a chance to. And now that it's a business, it's kind of like, oh, okay, like, damn, wait a minute, hold on. Especially because of my rule of not going into business, because it just makes everything hard. Just makes everything, especially not with a foundation before we start.
Right,
it's kind of like we just
kind of how people don't date good before they just jump into a relationship.
The thrill of it be like how he was saying, the thrill of it was fun.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, okay, I gotta really do paperwork. I gotta do a schedule. Like,
I think we both feel like that. Like, to go into how I'm feeling and what I'm dealing with, I think we both feel like that. Mm-hmm. We both got into it as a hobby, but once I realized that it's a business, a hobby that can pay me and can be a business, I was like, oh, cool. But I need to explore the structure of how that works, because it doesn't work like a regular product for exchange business. Right. It doesn't work like a regular service for exchange business. Mm-hmm. So media is a whole different lane of business that a lot of people are still learning how to work with. Just like when a lot of people got, back in the days when rap careers were, and music careers, a lot of people got into stuff that they weren't ready for. Stuff came fast. Like, 1 minute you regular, normal, and then your song blow up. Now you need an LLC, you need a bank account, you need a this, you need a that, because people are trying to pay for you to do stuff. People are trying to invest in you. So it moved quick, but at first it moves quick when it starts, but at first it's like a real slow burn. And I feel like that's anybody in the entertainment industry. Like, I bet radio personality could tell you that, comedians, musicians, anybody could tell you that. Like, so I think podcasting is a form of the entertainment industry. It's just a different kind of grind. Like, and anybody who's watching this and probably done been through like a music career and something where they had to put money into, and they might have seen money out of 1 month, but the next 3 months they didn't see nothing. Like, that's just how that industry is. And it's similar to entrepreneurship, but when you got some products back here, you can always make a little money or something,
Yeah, and I think too, me personally, I was just sitting here thinking, like, what would be the ideal situation for me to be able to enjoy the podcast? I think, and we talked about this a long time ago. It was like when you said like an artist or something. That's what I thought about. Basically, like, I would be okay, and this might sound crazy, but I would be okay with us doing the podcast and like having somebody like basically signing a deal. Yeah. And they had like all of the working parts for us. 85 South or
LP actually said he did that. I mean, he had a podcast that started with him that side of the deal. But I mean, that's give or take. You know what I mean? But,
well, no, I'm just thinking about like what would be the ideal situation for me to be able to say, okay, I enjoy doing the podcast. And that is ideal, because of course we want to get to a point where we have a team where we are just the talent, right? The creators with the ideas, and we come. And I would even take a minimum percentage to just do, because I think when I try to put into focus of the business part of it. Mm-hmm. It's almost kind of like, I feel like podcasting is a passion for you. Right. Podcasting is not a passion for me. Right. I enjoy it. It's fun to do. It's like a fun thing. Like, it's fun to go shopping. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think that would be the ideal way in my head. Like, okay, this is the way to keep it fun. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just literally, if you have to come out of the situation with, if me and T was to go famous, if you come out of the situation with making 10% for the episode that you do, or whatever the case may be, like, I would be okay with that, to not have to be a business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but the only thing about that, like, not is for real. The only thing about that that's different from media is, you might get 10% of this brand deal, but a brand could call you specifically and be like, you match this perfectly, let me get you. So it brings you in front of opportunity that a regular, if we were doing this little business next door, or rent a house, like, you would just be renting homes. Right. That's it. You can't get no more opportunity off renting homes. Right. So, I mean, you can. You want to soak up some game and, be an investor, but it's not putting you in front of another market. Like, this free marketing. This is just putting you in front of another market to do something else. And that's why I say media is different when you talk about percentages and stuff, because a lot of stuff pay an opportunity for entertainers. A lot of stuff like the you'll hear entertainers say stuff like the what is it called? The Super Bowl. That they don't pay them for that. They actually have to pay a lot of money for that. Right. But it's gonna put you in front of this many people and do different things like that. So
you have an opportunity to sell yourself if you are a personality of a brand. That's why I feel like podcasting is different with the whole structure. Yeah, if we were making a lot of money, yeah, we could split the money.
Well, I think
80-20
the
and stuff
buyout.
like that.
I think the buyout part is what I'm talking about when I say percentages. Not
Yeah,
necessarily
because of
so
course
much.
when we're talking about an exchange, you can do a
Right.
percentage, but when it comes to opportunity and stuff like that, that's when it get a little more sticky on this side. I think that's why entertainment gets the way it does with people in relationships. But since that's how we feeling, that's why I picked this episode and this topic to go into. I'm gonna put the little clip of Mandy and Weezy that you see me, and so we can have like a reference video. But basically, that video was just talking about friendships and business and how that looks together.
Right.
So I just wrote a couple questions formulating from that, and probably to clear up for our audience, because a lot of people ask us this when they see us in person.
Yeah, when they
but
first
but like I know our people that don't know us or haven't actually met us are probably wondering the same thing. So, are we friends? Let's start with that one.
You don't know. No.
Be for real.
No, I think I would say this. I would say no. And the reason I'm gonna say no is because I think
I would say no too.
I think me and T have more of a business relationship. Because when I think about like friends, there's people that I like call intimate moments and stuff like that. Like I actually hang with outside of the podcast. Me and T really don't hang together outside of it. We're doing something for the podcast.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say no. I think we have more of a business relationship than we do a friendship.
And I would agree with that, just to piggyback off what you said. Like, when we first had that friendship episode and you said, like, oh, me and Tia probably wouldn't be friends outside the podcast. That shit burned in my brain because it kind of felt like, damn, what the fuck she mean? But then I started thinking to myself, like, you don't invite Coco to hang out with Queenie and them either, like, because she's not your friend like that.
Right.
She wouldn't fit in your typical friend crowd. Like, you just thinking about it too. You thinking about it too deep. So, no, we not friends, but I would come to you with a business idea before I go to them with one type shit. You know what I mean? Like, I know you have that business savvy mindset set. And I think that's kind of how, like, our relationship grew in the first place. Like, I was getting waxes from you, and then, you know, it grew from us doing makeup together, and then me helping out with your show. So I think it always been business. It ain't never just been like, ooh, I like Coco so much, you know, we really, really, really getting along. Let me call her. Like, it would more so be on some, if I called you with some business advice, I probably called you about relationship advice at the beginning. But like, once I understood the boundary of our relationship, I was more at ease with that. I'm like, cool, because now I don't have to figure out why I feel like we don't understand, we don't agree on this, or we don't say that. So my second question, well, we kind of answered that already. It was, do you think we would be friends outside of the outside of this business? And I don't think so. I don't think we would pick these. We would have been cool, like how we are with Lanisha.
I think we would have just been like good associates. Like if we seen each other in mixed crowd, of course we would talk. I don't think we would be enemies or anything, but I don't think we would just. And I don't want this to sound bad, but I just think that...
No, it needs to sound honest.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want it to sound bad, though, but I just think that me and she are just different. Like, as far... Not... It's really crazy.
We are totally different.
Yeah,
like, it's kind of scary.
In some ways, we are the same, but in some ways, we not.
Yeah.
And I think, and we kind of touched on this on the friendship episode, too. I feel like she don't know the business side of me, like as far as how I really look at me, and I think that's another reason why, like, how we feeling, how we dealing is like I need to really pray about it, because how I tackle business is not how I envision the podcast will be. So now having to do that, it's like, okay, now I have to be a different person with it.
Yeah. Because we used to sit on the phone and talk about stuff about the podcast when we really should have been on the Zoom meeting, letting that shit record us and writing down notes and doing minutes and shit. Like,
well, really, to be honest, we should have just not even done that. We should have just said, I should have just said, oh, this a business? Oh, no, I don't want to do a business.
And that's another thing that I always had that question about. Like, when you said, because a long time ago you said, I didn't realize this podcast was a business. Once you realized, why didn't you just say,
because I didn't know, and I still don't know. That's why I said I have to pray about it, because I still don't know how to.
We're on a 6-month trial period, y'all.
No, for real, because literally I feel like the reason I didn't say anything because I was like in between. Like, I really like doing the podcast. Like, I enjoy it, but I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be a business. I don't know. I know that sounds crazy, but I didn't look at it like that. But I also didn't know how to say, okay, you got such a good thing going. People are involved now, Krista. Like, I think that was more the pressure. It was almost kind of like when I started my business. I mean, when I ended my business. It took me a minute, although deep down inside I knew you need to close. You want to close your business. You don't want to do this anymore. Right. It's not what you want to do. This is not what you need to be doing right now. I also knew that people were involved at that point, and so it wouldn't just be like, oh, Krista, you can just stop doing it. It would involve so many people and so many working parts. Not even just on other people's fronts, but mine too. Like, what would it look like? And I agree
that for the like. Anytime we had the little, because I know I'm not the only one who had the little doubts in our whole podcasting journey about if we're gonna keep on doing this together. Anytime I had those doubts, I always was like, shit, other people are involved or this whole thing is involved. Right. Like, what if somebody call us for a meeting, a red carpet and they won't both put like it's a work in progress right now. And before we get any bigger, I'm like, man, I need to know. Like, that's why I used to ask you monthly. Coco can attest to, I would ask all the time, are you still in this? Are you still trying to do this podcast? Like, what are you feeling? Because I feel like you were more keeping it in, trying to work it out yourself, without speaking on stuff too early, which can be good for certain parts, but certain parts we gotta just go on, lay it out.
The only thing about
unrestricted.
It's hard to lay stuff out. You can lay it out, okay, but then where do we go from here? That's the type of person I am. Okay, so moving from here, where do you
need to kind of have like a solution too with your layout, because
and that's what I couldn't come up with. Like, I couldn't come up with, and like we talked about earlier today, I would be okay if it was a couple conversations and it made a feature me every now and then. Mm-hmm. Like, I would be okay with that because I don't want it to be like, I want it to look good to y'all. I want it to be presentable, but I also don't feel like I want it to be a business, if that makes sense. Like, but I don't know, and even talking this through right now, like, I don't know how that makes sense. Y'all probably like, well, Coco, it can't be, and I know this. That's why I'm like, so you can bring that through her, but that ain't really a thing. Like, I mean, it could be a thing. Some people do it. I actually researched it. I was like, okay, some people don't always coexist together as a podcast, but they are the podcast.
Right.
But I just didn't know enough to say, okay, just don't do it no more. Because part of me, it's not even that. Like, me, I'm not even like, oh, don't do it no more. Because if it's going to be a business, just don't do it no more. Because then a part of me is like, dang, like, I really enjoyed that. Like, and then part of me is like, well, does that have to just be an era of your life? You was on a podcast at one point, and now you're on a podcast.
Right.
So I think my thing is just really like talking it through and trying to figure out. And I think that's why, like, lately, I just been trying to get insight from people that are business owners outside of, like, not a podcast, but just business owners, period.
I've been doing the same thing, though. Like,
to see.
Yeah. I've been doing the same thing. Talking it through, trying to get... trying to get... advice from people in the media space, because I'm gonna do the podcast regardless, but I never said that I wanted to do it by myself, and I never will. I ain't even have to say it. I never wanted to do it by myself. No,
the first
I might have said it, but I've never wanted to do it by myself. I always feel like I needed. Like, I'm never gonna be a solo podcast. That just something about that just ain't. It don't give to me. I don't know. To each his own. No, don't bite my head off, y'all. I could have guests on here every week and just do it by myself, but that just don't feel good to me. I want like I ain't gonna say a connection, but like somebody who like podcasting just as much as I do and like going up these topics and like talking about shit like that. And I just didn't know if that was gonna be you. Like, I was like, she's good at the business part. Like, I know she's business savvy, but maybe not in this business, and maybe this is not the business that she wants to put her eggs in that basket.
Exactly. And the thing about it too also is, when I closed my business, I had already said that I would not do a business that involved dealing with people outside of myself. So I would do a boring business. Maybe,
not like a product or a service or...
No, so I think now talking about how this is a business, it's like, okay, I'm back. I'm going... back at square one. Like,
yeah, but it can be a business that you don't really have to deal with. Well, you're gonna have to deal with me. I
Right.
mean, but like it can be a business
not
like
even
that if we
deal with-
set up the structure for it. Like I
Exactly.
feel like what we just went over when we had our meeting before this, the structure of it is gonna help both of us. Cause I'm even getting out of my creative space. I want to do it, but I can't think of topics. I can't think of fun shit to do like while we on here. If I'm stressing about like the back end of it, and I know y'all don't care about the back end, y'all don't give a damn about who get paid what, as long as like the shit is entertaining,
right?
And that's just been a big creative blocker. Like it kind of takes the fun out of it. But my next question was, how do you think our viewers see our relationship? Do you think?
I would say they probably view it as they don't know, they confused.
You think they don't think we get along, or you think
I think that we come off of what we come off to our viewers as what we are confused. Like
they probably just as confused as us, to be honest.
Well, and I'll say this: I think that they see get along, but what I will say is I don't know collectively, like a person outside looking in that might not know me or T sees it. But I would say the people that know me and then the people that know T, I feel like they know that T is not T.
Yeah.
With Coco. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and I guess I put this in perspective, like T is not the same T that she might be with Queenie or
right. And
her friends.
I can get that because people will say like, you could be more fun on your podcast. You could do this, you could do that, and which is a true thing. But like, I feel like this T is trying to grow up from that T. So I'm in the middle of both of those. So both are true. I could have more fun on my podcast, but sometimes I'm not trying to be on here shaking ass and talking about.
Right.
Right. That's not what I'm trying to go through right now. Like, that's not the stage of life I'm in. So, like, I just got to find a good balance. And I was talking about that on my 30 for 30. Like, oh, shit, that I used to find fun is not fun anymore, even when I try to go back and do it. So I don't want to, like, get on here and try to do some shit that I used to do that used to be fun. Or, like, I want to find something that's, like, really entertaining and really fun and really brings out the tea, but in a more mature way. Like, yeah, we could laugh and shit like that, but, like, can we stop and be serious and talk for a second? So that would be my thing. But I think that they about just as confused as us. Like maybe our real people who know us for real probably have some questions about like, what are y'all still doing here together? Mm-hmm. But I think it's just something that we both gotta like you've probably been advised not to do this no more too. And it's been people that have like, yeah, you could do something else. Like you could do something better.
I've never been advised to not do the podcast. I will say.
You in the pause?
No, I was just looking at the time. I never been advised to not do the podcast. The only people that I get advised by really is my mama, Carrie, and my mentor. And my mentor, he never is going to make a decision for me. I've learned that about him a long time ago. So he's never told me. He only suggested the business. Like, if it's going to be this, and it got to be this. It can't be this, and then it got to make sense. So that part, and then, like, my mama, even that's why I say how people view us that know you versus that know me. My mama, like, Krista, like, that's T-Baby. Like, she not even, like, when I said, maybe we should, she was like, you have to kind of, like, let her do. And I'm like, but that's how they view it. Like, they view it like, okay, just let her have it. Like, let her decide how it is. You just be apart. Like, or, you just take it on, like,
I ain't gonna say that's too easy.
Against, like, almost.
That ain't too easy, but, like, that would defeat the purpose of what I went to you for. Because a lot of people are good at business, but, like, if I didn't go to you because I thought that you would give good ideas about the creative or the design or how this should be set up. And that
could be an aspect of it, too, because Mama said that, too. She said maybe you just, like, creative, like, maybe you weren't so behind the scenes and she kind of be the forefront. And then you do the part that you do like to do and that you could do for business, like as far as like creative direction. I feel like I'm good at that, like thinking of ideas about how to do stuff. I think I'm good at that. And maybe just taking myself out of being Coco the co-host, or I don't know. But like I said, I've never been advised to not do it. I just always try to figure out a way to do it where I still stay true to what I love as far as podcasts, is talking about these topics, having fun, and quite frankly, what I realized when I was doing my notes and I was thinking about all the ways that I can be assertive, this was not at the top of my list.
What, being a host?
Yes.
That was the first thing you was here to do.
No, I know, but what I'm saying when I was on the outside,
you wasn't here to edit no episodes. You wasn't here to be the graphic designer.
No, but what I'm saying is like now looking back, like after our meetings and stuff, like I was thinking about like the things that I enjoy out the podcast. Really, I like events. I like live stuff. I like the hosting, like the thing. I'm still on the high from the thing we did with Tiffany. Like I like that kind of stuff. Even so, I was trying to think about how can I still do this in a way, but do it for fun.
And I hear you when you say that, because those are the, like, I feel like being valued like that, and people hitting you up, oh, come do my red carpet tour, being valued like that's the most rewarding part of this. Mm-hmm. But it takes still having to get behind here and do this for them to even think about us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just thinking, I guess, from the aspect of doing a podcast for fun.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But like we both said, it's kind of dim both of our creative light because we got so much work to do now that it's turned more into a business. But to be honest, if the live show, if the part that you love, the live show was never a thing, we could still be sitting on the couch just talking shit. But the live show is when we start pushing for the live show, that's when we start spending money and you know, because at first.
Well, I would do the live show a whole lot different too. Now knowing a little bit.
Oh, what you mean?
Like with the money that we allocated to the stuff we allocated, that was cool. But like I've been, like I said, I've been talking to people like, oh, you never paid for a venue. Oh, you never paid for this and that. And it was like, so I think that if we, like, for me, that's why I say.
How you pay for it then?
So for me, when I was saying about putting the money where it's meaningful. So for instance, I feel like our network is not big enough. Mm-hmm. Meaning, we don't pay to be amongst the right people. So if I'm gonna have $150 left in my budget, I'm gonna say, okay, let's pay an annual fee to be a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, I get what you mean.
So then, when we do have events, we have been amongst these Black-owned businesses, and they have businesses like LP might be a part of that, right. And then we might go to him and we're gonna pitch our podcast in a way that we want him to sponsor our event.
That would work if we had some more structure to the podcast where we didn't have to worry about editing reels. Right. We could look for going to events and stuff like that.
Money, as far as like managing the money, if we're gonna take a step back from the podcast, let's say, okay, let's talk to people that know what they doing and say, okay, don't worry about being spending money on ads right now, because the forefront of your money needs to be put for maybe building a network and it being among, you know, if our target audience is X, Y, and Z, then we need to go to conventions or places where these people are. Be vendors, because right now I feel like to front load the podcast, it might not be us get on a couch. And I say that because some people told me also about a run. So for a run, you might not be on the couch right now. You might be literally building your network, building your visibility, basically creating that visibility. And that might be going here, there, and everywhere, doing maybe what can produce money at the same time. Maybe we take our merch and it not have anything to do with cup of conversation per se, but it does. Like for our merch, like people asking me right now for shirts that we don't have. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if we focus on like a component of a money producing aspect of the podcast, then it would make sense to be a business. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. But it does have to be done simultaneously. That's why.
It does.
That's why. Because I watch like.
But that's why I was willing to minimize it to only being at the Hive. Like if it was something all encompassing.
Yeah. So we can do it small, like you said. Yeah. Record a bunch of episodes, hurry up and get that part of it done with, so we can focus on going and doing what we really need to do to push the podcast. Right. And that makes sense when we talk about structuring things. Right. Because you might be the ones to hit the convention. I might be the ones to stick around at the Hive and come up with some more content, real ideas, you know, or promo ideas or series or whatever the case may be. Like, or it might be a case where we both go to the, like, but it needs to be a place where we had this thing running like especially the recording part. We done been in it 2 years now. We shouldn't have what needs to be posted today ass question. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we at the point where we need to have that shit running like a.
But I also think that too, the part of that that's frustrating for me is that I feel like it's being done. It could be being done, but it's being done with no end goal to it. And when I say that, I mean cool posting, because we got people that consistent with they posting and yet still not monetized, or consistent with they posting and it's not funneling anywhere. Like it's once they are here and they get on this video, what is it gonna funnel them to? So that was my mindset. And also, if we're posting in the right way to get that traction,
exactly.
So
exactly.
yeah,
so we
I
have to have somebody.
Real and post them. But like
we gotta have somebody who knows social media, so who knows what to put and how to put it. So, like you said, it could start making some sense and making some money. But I think that just comes with. I think we got more than enough content for the consistency. So,
but see, me, I wasn't even thinking about none of this because again, I didn't want it because this should have been. This would have been at the forefront of my brain. All of this stuff that's coming up now in my brain. It ain't like I didn't been noticed already. I don't think that I just was like, okay, it's not a business or not looking at it like that. I just didn't know how to front load that and do what we were already doing. Meaning, still podcasting, the live show, everything that we were already planning, and then say, okay, we got to backtrack because in the moment, it wasn't no time to backtrack. It wasn't no space to say like, okay, well, we got to, first of all, let's get a social media back. You got to pay for the stuff for the, like, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, no place to say, okay, we need to invest in this X, Y, and Z. Right. And then after we had done the live show, it became an annual, we agreed that it would be an annual thing. And time go fast. Like, okay, when we got done doing a live show, it's like, okay, now we got to start paying for the live show. So, like, it just was never a moment to say, okay, where could this make sense to put this if we already don't have the money to do it? If it already ain't the money. So, to say, okay, still, we're not going to tell people we're not doing a live show. We're not doing whatever we're doing. But we kind of do need to tell the people, like, we're not doing nothing right now because we got to stop and do this. So it was almost kind of like
telling people nothing, but
not even telling people, but us not being present would tell the people that. You get what I'm saying? I mean, us not being there.
We can still be present. We have a shit ton of content. If we need to revamp some of them episodes and put them back in little by little, I mean, shit like that could be done. We just need, like you said, somebody to help us with that. So when we can take our mind off of that for a little bit and say, hey, both of these drives are full of content, hour 30-minute episodes.
And then that's another thing. It's hard to find people that can help.
Yeah. That's really what we run into our issue.
That's what I'm about to say. That would be another thing. And then then knowing that and presenting my thoughts would be like, don't present the thought if you don't got the person that's going to do X, Y, and Z. So
or the budget to be paying them. So that's where we really run into our stickiest part of the situation. Like, we know we need these helpers or these people to help. But we know ain't nobody gonna show up with spend their time or that for free.
Setup just being able to record
in one location, somebody do our production and stuff.
Exactly. I think that would take another part of it off.
I do too. Because I think
that part is a lot.
Because I think, I was about to say, I think trying to be our own production team and the talent was just too much. And I've been said that, looking all that shit up and down, doing all that, that was always a lot for me. So I definitely would like to just walk into a location and get to recording and let off our creative juices. Right. But lastly, this is my last question. Do you think you've been able to be honest and transparent about this journey, and do you want to keep going?
Have I been able to be honest and transparent? Yes and no. I'll say yes and no just because I feel like T is the type of person that pushes for a I don't know if it's a
say it like you mean it.
Pushes for just like, okay, but how we gonna do this? And sometimes with me, I'm like I said, that's why I don't say nothing because I might not know how we gonna do it, but I know that this is an issue or a thing. So have I been able to be honest and transparent? Not all the time, because if I feel like, if you're gonna ask me, oh, but how that's gonna work? That ain't gonna work because if you don't do this, I'm not ready to go. I'm not. I haven't made it there yet. You get what I'm saying? So that creates a time for me to be like, okay, well, just don't say nothing right now. Just wait and figure out. I think that's where some of it comes out. Because as soon as you talk to her, she's like, okay, but that ain't gonna work because of how that's gonna do. How you gonna do this?
I just be wanting people to think through their thought process because a lot of people come up with shit and don't even think about how it could be done. Like,
right, and that's
you
why
ain't even think about that, did you? Because that shit is gonna cost $5,000 just to do this one move.
And see, and that's the difference. Because, for instance, like if me and Carrie in business, and if I be like, if I tell him something, okay, we probably should do it X, Y, and Z. He gonna be like, okay, so how can we do that? Like, how can we make it work? Like, I don't know. It's just different, I guess. When you kind of
when the money coming in, when you actually have an income.
Not even with an income all the time. Not all. That's not true. Because me and Carrie have started several businesses that didn't have no income coming in. But I just think that if and then
but were you putting a lot into it that and wasn't getting nothing in return?
I mean, putting into it and not getting nothing in return, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's how it kind of goes at the beginning, but I feel like it always produces that if you set it up to produce. It always produces something, and like you said, maybe it's different with media, but I also think too those pillow talk moments matter too, and that's the difference too between having a business with somebody on the outside.
What you mean those pillow talk moments?
Just like those moments where you like you figuring it out like off the record, like type of thing. Okay. If that makes sense. I think those count. I know me and Carrie do that a lot of the time. And then having a person that is income producing or revenue producing and driven when it comes to a business, it's kind of hard to just not make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's another thing. So maybe it is just that the space of media is not the same as business is. Mm-hmm. But any plan we go into, like Carrie always say, y'all be doing a whole bunch of stuff and y'all making money. Like that's his mindset though. And I think that it helps because you will create plans and structure and things that will be good. They not bad, but it not be money producing, if that makes sense. And I think you can do that a lot with media, probably more so just because of the creative part of it.
Right.
Wanting to be creative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the part that he don't have to worry about on that side. You know what I'm saying? Being the creative
That's why
part.
I say the media is totally different from your regular service for service, your product for product business. Like this is a whole different ballpark. And we didn't come in it as personalities or somebody who already had a lot of followers or something like that. So we have to build that. And to build yourself as a brand, as a personality, that takes time. Just like it takes time for everybody else that become influencers and, you know, do outfit of the days or whatever influence, get ready with me, whatever kind of influence they do, they know that ain't gonna pop overnight. They're not gonna get no brand deals tomorrow. They ain't gonna get no wig deals tomorrow. That's not, and even if they do, they might have one month, not have one the next month. So unless you get a good flow in your business where you are still producing, like I would use Queen Leora for like an example. She's still producing the content, but she's still out there getting the wigs done, going to this convention, going to that, putting money in her pocket. But the content, it might not pay you right now, but that's gonna be how people get to pay you. Like she probably not making a lot of money off of making them videos. She making the money off of people coming to her hair classes or whatever that she promoting. So,
and that's what I think. That's what's been on my mind. Like this cool, but what can Frank know and carry the podcast?
But you gotta get the foundation. Yeah, this cool, but the foundation ain't cool. It's shaky. It's like not structured. Not every episode ain't like A, B, and C. This what we're doing. This segment, and then the posting for the reels and stuff. They're not like this reel. It's not structured like it should be. So I figured once we get that, then it should be easier to start saying, all right, we're gonna have this month we're gonna have one event. This month we're gonna
So you basically
go to
saying
somebody
you gotta
else's
do
event.
this part first to then do that other part.
Yes. Because if you're doing it for the podcast, you gotta build the podcast first. Like the
Well,
actual
I
sitting
think
on the
too.
couch.
I think too. My mind, and that's another thing. My mind wasn't necessarily build a podcast as far as the conversation. This part is. I think my mindset when I was thinking, okay, since this is a business, okay, boom, we gotta do. I felt like building the relationship or the rapport outside of the podcast with people in a way, and I think this is what I was kind of thinking when we was at your house, and I was like, we gotta do something different. Like I get that it would take us away from this part, but I think that it would be necessary as a first step to build a personality around who we are. Because I think even like you said, how our viewers view us, I feel like yeah, they could probably understand it from here, but I think they would have in totality of an idea of who we are if they like us for real. All of that if we had something prior to the podcast and creating that
Right.
and then saying, okay, we got a podcast,
Right.
and then bringing them here. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like a railroad type of funnel type of way.
Yeah, but I don't see it. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I don't see it that way. I just see if we're gonna be calling ourselves a podcast and going out and producing or going to do somebody red carpet and we say, hey, just a couple conversation podcast. We don't want to be like that person. I'm not gonna name no names, but we don't want to be like that person that we know that was chasing money and doing events every week, and now the shit dead and played out. We went to their live show.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
So that's people in media.
I don't think
media,
like
people
that.
in media
I don't think
get
of
to,
it like that.
a lot of people do that though in media and chase the money. Like, oh, let me see how I can get some money. Let's have this event. And that's how shit get watered down.
But I'm okay with that the front part not being just money. I'm thinking about building a relationship type of thing. So it might still be very much not making the income, but the plan of it is to produce income later. Meaning, if we can get this part done, if I can get you to know me and get you to care about what I'm doing and care about what I have going on, and then I can get you to watch my podcast, like the front part of it. And it might not be like an event or anything. It might be just us tailoring the content that's not podcast specific. That's what I was coming from. Not so much like, oh, we gotta make some money, but I feel like our viewers don't really know us for real. And I feel like that it's a disconnect between, okay, but yeah, why should I watch a podcast? Yeah, you telling me to watch a podcast, and you putting out like
there's a lot of podcasters that got good podcasts without being a personality first.
Well, I'm not even saying just being a personality in itself. I'm just saying building a relationship, finding a way outside of the podcast to build a relationship to get people to care about why they should listen to our podcast.
And I get what you're saying. But just like you said, the other way around, the podcast being the main priority and then us doing the stuff on the back end could be like a structure, but it's not getting us to no money. That could too, because we didn't waste our. You can agree that we didn't waste our time.
But if we just said that
building a rapport with some people, and we say, "Oh, we're gonna come do this for you. Can you do this for us?" And when it's their turn to do stuff, come on, don't make me say nobody's name on it.
No, you say. If you
we didn't told people, hey, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z for you.
No, I'm not even talking about doing nothing for
nobody. But that's networking. That's building a rapport with people.
No, we can do that. We can build a rapport. I'm talking about the content creation part of it. So you know how we talked about at your house that night, and I was like, we need to do something different. Mm-hmm. Almost kind of like I don't know if you want to add this part in because that's gonna give out y'all idea. But like how that just said. If we took some time to be away, or now if we agreed to, so my whole thing was simplifying. It really was never not doing the podcast sit down. When you told me, oh, come up with yours, I'll come up with mine, I figured it would be easier to simplify this part, the production, meeting up, making a regular episode, to focus on something like completely different. that will then.
But still doing the episodes.
Yeah, still
Okay,
doing
okay.
the episodes. Yeah, so that's why when you
You're throwing me off when you saying get away from the podcast, because there's no way we can get away from the podcast.
Get away
That's
from
what
it. I'm just saying get away from it as far as that being the
the end all be all.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like for instance, if like how Daddy was just saying in the
But that's what
elevator.
we're gonna have to do, get away from the podcast to make some money for it.
Right.
Like,
So that's why when you asked me how would you want the episode to be set up, I really had took my focus off of how the podcast episode would be set up and let it just be a podcast and let us sit down and let the highs handle whatever we had going on and then
when
hey,
we do events or when we do this and do that, that's when the
or
whole
not
planning
even
and stuff.
even if we didn't do events, not even talking about nobody on the outside. If we created something that says this is what got people coming to see us every week.
Mm-hmm.
If we did what they just said in the elevator, if we got with them and said Airbnb, we got it for a weekend and did every episode, boom, a mini series like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I was saying.
And I think that's what people like us for, because when they seen the live show and the rollout and all that, that's what people want to work with us for. People like, when y'all doing the next one?
Exactly.
Remember Uncle Freddie called us, what skit I'm going to be in and shit like that. So I think that's the part that we do need to, like, I agree, we do need to hone into that part. Start coming up with some creative.
I think we need to create some type of controversy around ourselves in order for people to care about the podcast. Because right now, what I'm seeing is, and what I mean, and I guess it'll make sense now that I'm saying money producing. Yeah, it's gonna take us to put money into even to doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, the reason we're doing that is because we want viewership.
Yeah.
And if the viewers are coming to see that, they gonna funnel, and we're gonna put in place a funnel for them to see that. When they click on
like
the
they gotta
reel,
watch this, and this.
when they
and
click
then
on the
you can go to
reel,
that.
it's not gonna just take them to YouTube. It might take them to our merch. We might, you get what I'm saying? Like it's a money making plan. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I hate when we spend 20 minutes talking about the same thing and then we both be talking about the same thing.
Right.
Like, because we're literally saying the same thing. As long as the podcast is, we can get it in quick, like, simplify it,
Most
get it in
definitely.
quick, make it go. We can definitely focus on other stuff, because that's the other stuff is what's going to get us paid. If you ever listen to, and this is my last, I'm going to stop here. If you ever listen to what Dre and Lex said on Poor Minds about how they get their money, they said, our money barely comes from YouTube. Everything but the podcast. Brand deals, this, that, and the third. So we gotta do other stuff outside the podcast. But like you said, we gotta funnel them to that area so they can be still watching the podcast, but they ready for our next project.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna watch this because I got this for now. But like, I'm trying to see that next, whatever y'all gonna put out, that next streamer, content house, whatever it is.
Right.
So I just think that once we get some more structure, and this might be the controversial that,
What's the second part of that question though that you asked me?
what, transparency on the journey? How do you feel like you've been able to, and do you still,
To be continued.
do you still want to, I told y'all we are on a 6-month trial here. Might be 3-month trial.
To be continued. No, I just think that it has to be like, it has to make sense.
Yeah, I think we both thinking that now.
Yeah.
Because you're putting money into it, and I feel like I put a lot of time into it, and now we both want compensation for both of our inputs.
And
like,
even more too, like,
and not just financial compensation.
Yeah, if it's gonna take my time and my money, like I gotta be seeing, you gotta be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I agree. I don't want to just keep on dragging nobody down and say, hey, you put this camera up, we're going to look good on Instagram. Because a lot of people do it for social media. And I don't want to seem like that's what I'm here for. Because I don't give a damn about y'all that much. I'm trying to get to the moon yang, okay? But
Exactly.
I think we found some common ground here today. I think we kind of see like each other's thought process and structure. I ain't gonna say this gonna be any more easier than what it has been so far. It's gonna be a rocky road, but
Most definitely.
we on it bit for right now, and y'all will know when we off, because we'll let y'all know. We'll let y'all know.
We'll do our long paragraphs on Instagram.
Yes, baby, yes. But this has been a good episode. We're going to be somewhere else next week, so let us know if y'all got a spot location y'all want us to visit. Maybe we'll call up and see if we can get over there. And send us some comments on guests. Let us know how y'all like this episode, if y'all like our little series. Give us some suggestions on, what we're going through. Y'all might be in a podcast or in a business relationship that y'all trying to work out right now, too. So let us know what y'all think in the comments, and we'll see y'all next week. Deuces.